everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is Perfection Art by Tracy, and I'm Tracy. Look at this. Have I been experimenting or what? So this is the once a month Nate's Art Lab. It's a group of his Patreons, and every month Nate gives us a challenge that gets us putting on our thinking caps. And this month it was to talk about the difference of shading and tinting. So if you don't know, to shade something, you add black. To tint something, you add white. So we were supposed to pick, a color palette based on that. And then we also have to make a paint into a metallic. So I think I have in my head what I'm going to do with that. But this is what I've been experimenting with. I've got my book where I've written down all the different colors that I've tried. The one thing that I have learned throughout this is any color is gorgeous when mixed with Golden's iridescent pearl. I just want to do a pearl painting now. So they're all so pretty. But I think I've narrowed it down. I'm going to add some Prussian blue and just let it be Prussian blue. But then I'm going to use, let's see if this will focus, Amsterdam's turquoise blue to tint and shade. So what I think I'm going to do is get all of this cleaned up. My phone will focus. I'm holding it. So, and then I'm going to mix up most of my paints, but I will mix with you the shading and the tinting because I personally do that two totally different ways. So I'm going to get it cleaned up. So stick with me and I will be right back. Like I said, I'm going to take the phthalo blue, the Deco Art Enchanted in their blue, and then a squirt of the golden iridescent pearl. And then I'm going to take the Amsterdam turquoise blue and add some Flow white. Yes, I laid my hands on a couple of bottles of Flow and I'm so excited. Then I'm also going to take the turquoise blue and add a couple of drops of the black. And then another one of my metallics. I know a lot of other people have been doing it, but I love it. So, and I haven't done it yet, so I'm going to do it. So I'm going to do the Golden's Quinacridone Nickel Azo Gold and some of the Deco Art Extreme Sheen and 24 karat gold. And I think I'm going to also make this without shading or tinting. So, well, I guess it sort of sounds like a lot of colors, but it's really not. I mean, it's, a couple of colors. Anyway, so I'm going to start with tinting the turquoise blue. What I like to do when tinting is I like putting my white in first. So I'm going to do that really quick. And I don't measure. Sorry, I don't measure. I eyeball. All right, so I've got my white in there. It's probably maybe an ounce of paint. And then I'm going to take a messy lid. And I'm literally going to put one drop. Can y'all see? Let me hold it up here. I'm going to start out with one drop. Just like that. About the size of a pea. And then, so I knock it. I have been so clumsy lately. And I'm going to stir that up really good. Oh, and my pouring medium that's already in here is 75% Floetrol to 25% Golden Gloss Gel. Look how pretty. See that one drop. And if I had put like a big squirt of the turquoise in first and then added white, it's so much easier to add than it is to take away. So, and I may go back and add one more drop, but I'm going to mix my other colors first and see how that goes. All right, so for the phthalo blue, again, I'm just going to put probably an ounce of paint. And then I'm taking the Deco Art in their Enchanted Blue. And this is going to look clear right now. And I put about the same amount. But when it dries, even if I didn't have this blue, as long as it's on a dark base, it would have shown up blue. But by adding it, it's now going to turn that into somewhat of a metallic. All right, so that's pretty as it is, because this doesn't really change the color of it right now. It just adds that metallic feature to it. But this is, to me, where the magic happens. I'm going to take the golden iridescent pearl, and I'm going to put probably about 10 drops, maybe a little more. I'm heavy-handed on that, but I love it so much. All right, I'm going to add a little bit more of that. Just give it a big old squirt. Tell you, I'm obsessed with it. It is so pretty. All right, I don't know if y'all can see that on camera, but it just, oh my gosh, it sparkles. It's so pretty. Okay, so there's that. Now, to shade, I do the opposite than I do when I tint. I like putting, gosh, this bottle is just oozing out everywhere. I like putting my color in first. So I'm going to put, again, about an ounce, maybe a little less. All right, and then I'm taking the golden carbon black, and I'm literally going to put like 2 or 3 drops. And you'll see. Hang on, let me turn it sideways so you can see better. So 1, 2, 3. Let's see what that does. All right, need a couple more, because this makes it, when I mixed it up, when I was experimenting, it reminded me of Liquitex Turquoise Deep. I'm going to do a couple more, maybe 3 more drops. 1, 2, 3. Again, oh, 4th one popped in there. Again, it's so much easier to add than it is to take away. Okay, it's really pretty. You'll see that? It's like a deep turquoise now compared to adding the white. I'm going to go back and add a little bit more to this just to deepen it up just a little bit. So I'm going to get this mixed up, same way I did this, just not going to add anything to it. Get everything cleaned up, get my canvas ready, and come back and show you all the pour. I'll be right back. All right, we are back and ready for the pour. Due to time restraint, I'm going to do this really fast. So the majority of the painting anyway was talking about tinting and shading, but this is just an added bonus feature. So I'm going to fill my cup, probably put you guys to some music, speed it up just a little bit and do a pour, but I'm going to tell you real quick what I'm going to do. So I have a 12 by 24 gallery wrapped Artist Loft, already got the back tape pinned and sprayed, ready to go, good and tight. And these are my colors. This was the turquoise that was tinted. This is the one that was shaded. This is the phthalo blue that I wish so bad y'all could see this sparkle. It's gorgeous. And then I did mix up the nickel azo gold and some 24 karat gold. A lot of people have been using that and calling it marigold, and it's gorgeous. And then I did just mix up the regular turquoise blue all by itself, so you can see the difference of these three. Tinted, shaded, regular. All right, oh, and then I do have a cup of white that I'm going to flood my canvas with. I'm going to do that, and I will touch base in the end. So stick around.
We used to hang around town pretty late. I spent the week thinking about our next date. It was easier then, so much easier then. Or like that time I picked you up outside of school. You said, screw my dad, I make my own rules. It was easier then, so much easier then. Take me back to those easy summer days when we stopped at nothing, babe. Yeah, we stopped at nothing, baby. They couldn't take us, they couldn't change us, they couldn't catch us if they tried. Now we didn't care at all about winter or spring or fall. We felt so alive, and girl, we were thriving on kisses and sunshine and mischief. Yeah, we had one of those things. We just had one of those things. I guess I've had some things to figure out, but now that I'm done, I'm full of doubt. Was it easy for you? Yeah, was it too easy?
Y'all, this is gorgeous. I love it. My paints were so thick, but if you've been to my channel before, you know I love that. I just feel like I have so much more control. This color palette is gorgeous. Nate, thank you so much. Thank you for challenging us. I know I'm going fast, y'all, but for time restraint, if I'm going to give you dry results, I have to go fast. But thank you so much for challenging us. Make us think, make us be creative, make us, do something that we wouldn't normally do. I love this. It reminds me of the way the tide ebbs and flows, coming in from high tide to low tide. Reminds me almost of like a whirlpool in the middle. I love it. A very aquatic feeling, and this color palette turned out beautiful. So I'd love to know your thoughts. Please, if you're interested, please join Nate's Patreon. I'll put all the information down below. It is the best money I've ever spent, honestly, because you get so much more out of it than you put into it. And he really does. Nate really challenges us, and I'm so grateful and thankful for that. So, and there's also a playlist down in my description box. Go and watch everybody's videos of tinting and shading and see how different everybody makes theirs. So I will try to get you guys dry results if I have enough time in the video, because we're allotted 15 minutes. It may just even be a still picture, but hopefully this dries without any cracks or problems or issues. I'm not touching it because I love it. I'd love to know your thoughts. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what you think, and I would be so grateful if you would consider subscribing to my channel. Just hit that subscribe button. It takes you 2 seconds. Give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for joining us. And as always, until next time, bye friends.
They couldn't catch us.
All right, there's the dried results. It dried beautifully. So, thank you again so much for joining us. I only have about 20 seconds, so I'm going to say my goodbyes once again. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and until next time, bye friends.